Hello everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look at Iotx. And just before we do, of course, usually like to look at Bitcoin. However, I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to spare you the grief. It's stuck between 58 and 60,000. 60 being a major resistance, 58 being a major support. We're going to see tomorrow, of course, what happens with the market when the whales are back in business. But this weekend, the prices slowly increased over the last two trading days, as per usual, because a lot of us are FOMOing in, the non-whales effectively driving the price up a little bit. There's more volatility in the weekends based on that sentiment because obviously there's less manipulation. That being said, let's go ahead and take a look here at IOTX. And just before we do as well, I like to just kind of quickly let you know, not even as a disclaimer, because I just love teaching people how to become better traders. My goal is to help you learn as much as you can, right? So I have a trading community. I designed this channel for that specific reason, so you can become better at trading just in general. So hopefully you learn a thing or two here today. If you want a little bit more of a hands-on experience, I've got a trading community. Check that out in your own time. I send out signals for every single trade that I take, and it's an amazing experience. Honestly, right now, less signals just based on the sheer fact that we're waiting for Bitcoin to figure itself out, right? Once it does, we're on the right track. We'll be back in business. So check that out again in your own time. So IOTX, simply put, we're well above both moving averages. On the one-day chart, we're in between 50 and 70 on the RSI. That's great because we didn't go as low as 50, which would have been about 15 cents on the charts. So if you see 15 cents, that's that lower Fibonacci retracement line. We barely broke into that recently, but we're back above. So we're looking good for IOTX at this point. So all good stuff here, on the one-day chart, pretty much showing us that we do have a little bit of momentum going into the last few trading days. Now, looking at the moving averages on the 4-hour chart, you can identify quickly that the 50-day simple moving average is working as a resistance, right? You see it's tried to break 1, 2, 3, 4 times and still unsuccessful. So once we get that confirmation the price is above the 4-hour 50-day simple moving average, then we'll be in good shape to likely add to our position and push to the upside. You can see it's also getting resisted out at this resistance level too, so that the 50 on the simple moving average is essentially working as a resistance level concurrent with that resistance at 19.7 cents. We could round up and say 20 cents is right around a strong resistance channel. So this little guy right here is posing to be a bit of a problem. Makes sense though, considering how high IOTX moved over the past few days. It's averaging itself out right now. The bulls and the bears are saying, hey, 20 cents is a good value, and then trying to sell, trying to buy right at that point. And the more volume we get at this location though, the better, because it just reaffirms a support level. But as you can see, even higher, just above, right around 20.9 cents, round number 21 cents, is a probably stronger resistance channel based on the sheer fact there's a lot of volume up here as well. But a lot of accumulation in price right there at that point. So again, a lot of stuff going on at this point. I think it's eventually going to take off again, but we just need a little bit more time, I feel, from IOTX. Just in general, it looks like it's kind of prepping and trying to break out, but hasn't quite got a chance to yet. Great news though, we're back above 50 on the RSI. That's fantastic. You can kind of see this invisible line here where the resistance level was created. I would say that's probably right around 18.9 cents, and that was kind of holding the price action down. So we're back above that, which is good, and being above 50 on the RSI is a really, really helpful indication. Furthermore, too, we had a MACD convergence recently, but it kind of fizzled out, so not much is going on there. We shouldn't expect the price just to kind of ramp up tomorrow, but I think there is more likelihood for the price to go up than down once we break this resistance level. Furthermore, on the 1-hour chart, we can see a nice strong push in the last hour that got stopped out, but that's tentative for the moment. Obviously, there's still plenty of time left in the day, so we'll see where that shapes up. But for now, let's look and see where we're at. We're back above the cloud, which is good. We've got the baseline and the conversion line kind of, I guess, merging, so to speak. Usually you want to have the conversion line higher than the baseline, which is basically the blue line higher than the orange line. I wouldn't worry about that right now. Honestly, that's just kind of confusing things. Until we get a little bit more trading data, we're not really going to be able to see what those look like. But the key takeaway here is we're back above the cloud, and that's an important factor because you can see we've been below the cloud for quite a long time, okay? Ever since what? That's like, it's been a week, 1 week worth of trading underneath the cloud. And trading underneath the cloud is basically risky, right? Because you're kind of betting against the house, if you will. So it's not that confirmation you're looking for. This is confirmation we need to know that IOTX is heading in the right direction. So this is a really good strong consideration for a buy signal, just based on that one sentiment alone. It would be nice if we had a MACD convergence, but the prices, the 12 is already above the 26 on the MACD on the 4-hour chart, so that kind of gives us that affirmation as well. So we got two good things going here. Let's see where we're at for TD sequential. We're at a 2, so a bit of a reset there, and that's pretty standard for consolidation periods. So you can see the numbers kind of just counting up and down from 1 to 5, 1 to 6, but we're at a 2 right now. So hypothetically, we have 7 to 11 hours worth of bullish momentum that could continue to occur moving forward. So I think IOTX is definitely on the right track. We haven't broke that resistance level yet, but just say we get up to this next major resistance level, it'd be a nice little 12% gain from where we're at presently. So all in all, good things here from IOTX. I like what I see here. This does appear to be shaping up to be a pretty decent little push, and I think there's a strong chance we will see the all-time high again. In fact, let's talk about that really quick while we're on the subject. If we break this all-time high, for example, which was what? It was 26.3 cents. And let me just confirm one last thing here. Yeah, that's definitely the high. If we can break, just say, 26.3 cents, there's a strong potential we'll see somewhere in the range of 37 cents in the relative near future. Now, I say relative near future based on the sheer fact that IOTX has a tendency of just taking off quickly when it does, right? We see that almost every single time we have just a one-day candle that's extremely large. So is that going to be today? Hard to say, right? It does look like it's trying to prepare to take off, but I wouldn't say it's going to do that today, just based on the fact that we haven't broke that resistance level. Once we do, it might be a different story, right? Because the price is being held down by the 50-day simple moving average and that resistance at about 19.7. But we break that plane, we can be shooting up to, I would say, if nothing else, at least 26 cents as a relative, option. And if we were to get up there, that's about a 35% gain. That's a pretty healthy increase. And all in all, definitely looking good here. So to me, IOTX has the makings of a nice bull run that's going to start and continue. But bear in mind, in the recent past, it has been getting held down just based on uncertainty in the market, because this a lot of this the red days that we've had recently is ever since Bitcoin started selling off. So we got to understand that as well. So anyways, let's just go ahead and summarize here. We're looking at 37 cents as a best case scenario. I would say month end is an extremely liberal estimation. But again, it could happen just based on the sheer fact that we do see increases like this of 136% out of nowhere. So we got that same distance, so to speak, today, then we could be up around 32, 37 cents, right? So it's very realistic for that to happen right away. But more realistically, if we were to have IOTX, I'd prefer it to, instead of just taking off like it has been, to slowly keep increasing like it's doing right now, right? Keep breaking these new little resistance channels and start making these healthy bullish patterns instead of this extreme up and then a very strong sell-off to follow, right? That would be nice. So just bear in mind, if the price does hike up to 37 cents today, right? Say it does that. You might want to consider taking your profits at that time based on the sheer fact that it has a history of ramping up and coming right back down at least 70-80% of the way. Okay, so again, just a consideration, but I would say month end best case is 37 cents. By year end, that's probably very realistic. And then between now and then, we could experience some type of hike once it breaks its major resistance plane right around, just round numbers, say 20 to 21 cents. That's a resistance channel right now. So we'll see what happens for IOTX. I hope it works out very well. We'll keep a closer eye on this as well. Thank you so much to my patrons for requesting that I cover this. If you're not currently a patron, definitely consider joining before month end. Rates are increasing. It's going to be an awesome, awesome December. We're looking at really good stuff here. So thanks again. We'll look forward to seeing you at the next video. Take care. We'll see you.